Tonight from Tropicana Field, it's game 2 of this weekend series between the Red Sox and the Rays. A forgettable game 1 behind them. The Sox send Rick Porcello to the hill this evening. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Baseball Indoors again. Dave O'Brien alongside Steve Lyons. Garen Austin coming your way in just a couple of moments as well. And, Steve, the Sox could really benefit from a strong Rick Porcello performance. He's looking for consistency over these next 5 weeks.
Yeah, and he really hasn't had it since the All-Star break. When he's good, he's really, really good. And when he's bad, he's been worse than bad. Some of the numbers in those bad starts, look at the ERA up over 9, almost 10 of an ERA in the losses since the break. But look at the numbers when he's good. It's kind of been every other start. It's time for another really, really good start. The other footnote on that is the fact that in his first 16 starts, he only gave up 8 home runs. And now in his last 10, he's given up 14 home runs.
And this is a very hot team he will face tonight in the Tampa Bay Rays. They have ripped off 6 consecutive wins. Xander Bogaerts has been very consistent and very productive. 2 more RBIs last night. And Garen has more on the X-Man surge when we come back. Website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Amica Insurance, auto, home, and life insurance that always puts you first. Poland Spring Sparkling, real spring water and refreshing bubbles. The all-new Subaru Ascent, love is now bigger than ever this summer. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Sox and the Rays about to have at it. Middle game of the 3-game series. That's the extent of the road trip. And I can say this, Garen Austin, there's no question about it. Tampa Bay will formally escort Xander Bogaerts to the bus tomorrow.
Well, that's right, OB. Xander Bogaerts has been hot. He leads the majors with 25 extra base hits with runners in scoring position. I talked to Bogaerts about his consistency at the plate.
As the bat, I don't know. I just try to get the run in. Sometimes when you're hitting, you feel comfortable with guys on base. Knowing that you've been doing good lately with guys on base, and I think it's just something that a comfortable level, a comfort, confidence, and you just want to try to get the run in. You know, yesterday I had a double play with first and third, 1 out. I just wanted to cry because if I get a run in, it would have changed the game. We could have been closer, and you know, before they had gone to that bigger lead, and I didn't get it done. But I can't get it done always. I can't always, but I tried, and I know the more time I do, the team will do better.
Bogaerts has been beating up on the Rays in 16 games this season. He is 24 for 58. And when we return to Tropicana Field, Rick Porcello is on the mound for the 2nd game of this series. Dave O'Brien and Steve Lyons have the call. Stay with us.
Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Your local New England Ford dealers. Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. From a hot day and evening outside to baseball inside, Red Sox and the Rays. A lot of Red Sox fans waiting for this one. And I want to quickly put behind game number 1, which was 10-3, a runaway for Tampa Bay. Red Sox taking on the young left-hander Ryan Yarbrough, 6'5", about 210 pounds. He's had a big rookie season. Here's the Sox lineup he'll take on tonight, brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts in a bit of a slump. He's in center field tonight, still hitting .338. Andrew Benintendi in left. Steve Pearce, the DH, with JD Martinez in right. JD hitting .335, so just 3 points behind Mookie. Xander Bogaerts at short. Number 5 hitter Mitch Moreland has returned to the lineup. Ian Kinsler at second. Eduardo Nunez at third. Sandy Leon doing the catching. Against the left-hander Yarbrough, 12-5, an ERA of 3.84, and he's already been a lot for the Red Sox to handle on 3 occasions this year.
Let's take a look at the Rays defense for the evening. Around the infield, it's Duffy, Adames, Wendell, and Cron at first base. In the outfield, left field, Pham gets back in after the dislocated finger. Kiermaier in center with the 2 Gold Gloves. Lau is in right field, making his very first ever start in right. Michael Perez is your catcher for Yarbrough, the pitcher.
Youngs tonight brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. That's Alan Porter behind the plate. Todd Titchener at first base. Manny Gonzalez makes the decisions at second. Angel Hernandez at third. We're available as telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compara2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Well, the Sox just 4-5 in their last 9 games.
Look at that. Mookie sporting a different pair of cleats today at Fenway Park, and a picture of himself on the last ones.
Because he can do that.
Yeah, you know what? He's sporting the Rays colors today. Maybe he's going to say, I'm going to beat up on this team.
He will take a strike. We're underway. He was 0 for 3 last night, but did walk twice, and he scored a run. And he'll miss downstairs with that one. Rookie of the Year candidate, certainly Ryan Yarbrough. Won 10 games as relief pitcher. And he has been trouble against the Red Sox. 2-0 with a 0.95 earned run average. Flat into center field for Kiermaier. 1 man gone.
This is Yarbrough's first start since July 6th. He's been coming out of the pen, been one of the guys that follows the opener and then gets his innings and his work in, and all those wins you talked about.
Benintendi to step in for the first time tonight. Andrew at 296, 15 homers. He's driven in 74 runs. He was 1 for 5 in last night's loss, which got away pretty quickly on the Red Sox. One of the few times all season long. The rumble of thunder outside.
Been rumbling
common
for about an hour, hasn't it?
It has.
Good thing there's a roof.
This is the lightning capital of the world. In the summertime, he'll check his swing, but it's in there for a strike.
Yarbrough is a guy who will top out at about 91, 92. He pitches around 89, but with movement, cutter, slider, and an excellent changeup.
Out of Austin, Texas, originally. And a 1-2 to Benintendi. He thought about it, but he stayed off it.
That's a good take. That's exactly what Yarbrough's going to try to do. Expand the strike zone with that slider off the plate and try to get it left-handed swingers to swing at it.
Steve Pearce on deck. It's been a lefty killer. And that one foul tipped in the mid, and he struck him out. 2 up, 2 down for the Sox here in the first inning.
Nothing fancy right here, Dave, and we've seen a little bit more of this out of Benintendi lately. Good fastballs to hit inner half and just not coming up with it.
Second day in a row here in the Players Weekend. The ball clubs around the majors, the players can wear their nicknames on their backs. Here's Steve Pearce at 304, 10 home runs. He goes with late lightning. We're getting early lightning, I think.
He could stand outside right now and find a whole lot of it.
Yarbitron.
That's a good one.
Sounds like a comic book character, doesn't it?
Superhero.
Martinez on deck. Overshift around to the left. 3 men on that side. And rip foul. Pearce, since joining the Red Sox, has gone 12 for 26 against lefties. 462 with 2 home runs.
That's why they got him here, that's for sure. You thought he would have more at bats against lefties, but all the lefties are on the Red Sox staff.
In fact, all season he's been very good off left-handers. Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Pearce against left-handers for the season, 360 with 4 home runs. Good count here. High fly ball. And that one almost up there near the catwalk. It's going to sail out of play. Sox fans coming up with it.
That one probably could have hit 3 of the 4 rings that are up there. One, two, three. There's the 4th one. Funny ground rules here, huh, Dave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't we know it?
You have to keep them with you.
They are somewhat complicated. Here's the 3-2. That's roped but foul to the bullpen. I've done games here, I bet you have too, where a batted ball went up to one of the catwalks and did not come down. Got stuck up there.
Ground rule double, correct?
If it is not judged to be a home run and it remains on the catwalk, it's 2 bases. Three-two. Little number, dribbler. Yarbrough to throw, and he'll get the runner at first base and Pearce, and it's a 1-2-3 inning to start for the Red Sox tonight. Rays up for the first time against the right-hander Rick Porcello, making his 5th start this season against Tampa Bay. And that one's going to be punched into center field for a base hit. Joey Wendell swinging at the very first pitch. And he is quickly on with a single. Here's their lineup, brought to you by your local Nissan dealers. Matt Duffy next. Ji-Man Choi, the designated hitter. Pham is in left field with Crone at first base, Kiermaier in center. Adames, the shortstop, coming off a big night. Brandon Lau is in right field, and Michael Perez is the catcher. Against the Red Sox starter, presented by New England Audi dealers, Rick Porcello, 15-6. He's coming off a loss to Cleveland last time out, 5-4. Runner goes. Sandy Leon chucking it down, not in time. Wendell has a theft of second.
Well, that's how this team has become very successful with their youth. They attack. This is a team that no longer is going to sit back and get beat. They come out swinging. They'll run the bases. They'll steal bases, and you see what happens early in a ball game.
They're a much more confident team than they were early in the season when the Red Sox kind of beat up on them.
Much younger, a bunch of guys that all want to establish themselves as big leaguers. There's very few veteran presence players on this team anymore.
Duffy hitting .294. Good numbers against Porcello as well, .389 lifetime. Tampa Bay's ripped off 6 in a row. One last night, 10-3. Kevin Cash, the manager, said it's nice to sometimes repay the favor. The Red Sox have done it to us quite a lot.
They bookended that 6-game winning streak with games against the Red Sox.
The only negative last night for them really was that outfielder Malik Smith, who was out with a viral infection, has gone on the disabled list
and into the hospital.
We wish him a speedy recovery. He's an outstanding young player.
We talked a little bit about Smith last night, that there's not a lot of guys that will go on record by saying that he's the best player on this team right now, but talent wise he's got it all, and he was playing so well, especially in the month of August for this club.
Yeah, made a great leaping catch at Fenway.
Had 3 hits in the game 2 nights ago before he got sick.
Foul tipped in the mitt, and Porcello strikes him out. Duffy goes down hacking.
Let's check out how the Red Sox are going to catch the ball defensively. It's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Nunez at third, Bogey at short, Kinsler over at second base, and Mitch Moreland back in the lineup at first. In the outfield, Benintendi in left, Mookie Betts in center, and then J.D. Martinez making another appearance out there in right field. Sandy Leon will do the catching for 22. Nice pitch by Porcello. Good hard fastball, outer half. Just nothing too fancy, just great location.
DH is Ji-Man Choi, and he'll look at a strike. Porcello landing an early curveball. Rick with very good numbers, not only against Tampa Bay, but in this ballpark. 14-9 in his career against Tampa Bay. Even better at the Trop. He's 8-4 with a .272 ERA. He likes the mound.
Yeah, that .272 is nice, isn't it? It's a good low number for an ERA. Give an ERA of .272 playing on a Red Sox ball club. That team will get you a lot of wins with their offensive production.
Here's the 1-1. Made him move his feet. Nice stop by Sandy Leon. th career start here. Pham on deck. Stroked into center field. Coming on, Mookie Betts on the sinking liner. He's got it.
What a great jump. That's a ball hit directly out of center fielder. It's the hardest ball to judge because of your depth perception. Mookie's a Gold Glove right fielder. Getting a chance to play center field today with Jackie Bradley Jr. out of the lineup. Look at him go. quite sure Mookie Betts could be a Gold Glove center fielder as well.
I think if you wanted to, it'd be a Gold Glove second baseman.
We just don't know.
Tommy Pham, the left fielder, 244, 14 home runs. You saw his numbers since he came here to Tampa Bay. He left Tuesday's game against Kansas City with a dislocated right ring finger. The x-rays were negative. Last season, he finished 11th in the National League MVP voting, while with the St. Louis Cardinals. Hit 23 home runs. In there for strength.
He's had a tough time here in Tampa Bay just getting things going. He's had weird injuries, stops and starts, hasn't been able to really put it together, but they love him as a player.
Now Wendell quickly with a base hit and a steal, but now there are 2 down. He's still at second base. We are scoreless in the first. And the 0-2.
I wonder, Dave, for the people at home watching the game on TV, can they hear the thunder, you think? Is it audible through the mics? We can certainly hear it.
When I've seen games here, watch games on television, I've been able to hear it.
Hear that?
1-2. It's either that or somebody's moving a piano upstairs over your living room. It's one or the other.
Should put some wheels on that thing.
2-2 to the cleanup man, Tommy Pham.
Oh, that's nice.
He sat him down in there for strike 3. 93 miles an hour. 1 man left. Games and concerts at Fenway. Prices and service better than you can imagine. Visit aceticket.com today.
Future Red Sox second baseman right there.
He's ready to go. Top of the second, no score. JD Martinez, 335 with 38 homers, 110 runs batted in. If I'd said to you at the end of spring training, those would be his final numbers, last regular season game, what would you say?
I would say that's a pretty outstanding season. An entire season.
And a base hit. You know, he's closing in on Mookie Betts. He's only 3 points behind Mookie. He's heading for second base. Martinez will slide, and he is safe. That's terrific hustle as he got himself 2 bases.
Now, I'll tell you what, he is surprisingly fast, too. You know, when he hits a home run, he's just jogging around the bases. He looks like kind of a slow big guy, but when he decides that he wants to go first to third or first to home right here, he can turn it on. And he's, you know what he does? He gets great turns at the bases. He does everything technically correct. That helps him get to second base much quicker.
Feet first slide, kind of skipped over the bag for a moment, but held on with the hand.
Hustle double.
35 doubles.
To go along with all the homers.
Xander Bogaerts looking to pick him up. He's been doing that consistently lately. Stayed hot last night, going 3 for 4. And he's hit safely in 6 in a row.
OB, here's what we were talking about, how good he turns on the corners of the bases. Look at him. No wasted motion. He doesn't end up going all the way out into right field. He gets in a straight line right towards second base. Beautiful base running.
I don't think Pham ever thought he would go for second base.
Nope. Thought that was a single. That's why you can't fall asleep out there in the outfield either.
Shot down the line, but he hooked it off the end of the bat. Foul. Bogaerts 285, 19 home runs. He's up to 84 runs batted in.
10 RBIs in his last 5 games. That is consistent hitting.
And he keeps punishing Tampa Bay.
It's not even fair, is it?
421 for the year against them. In the hole here, nothing in 2. Moreland on deck. Sox trying to take the early lead.
You know, OB, those numbers you talk about with him, you're talking about playing a team 19 times. It's not like a series against Oakland where you play him 7 times. 19 games against a team, and he's hitting well over 400.
17 games against them. He has 16 RBIs. Hard hit, but a foul ball.
Just foul. Good call by the umpires there. This is where Bogey's probably got to, you know, he's so good at hitting the ball the other way in this situation. It's a good time for Yarbrough. He's kind of set Bogey up for a changeup down and away. He's been trying to get in there with that cutter. Bogey's been all over it. Did the same thing to Steve Pearce. Look for a changeup.
And Yarbrough with the 1-2. And late time granted by the home plate ump Alan Porter. Mitchie 2 bags back in the lineup tonight. Roped into left field, down for a base hit. Into third, Martinez. He will stop there. The beat just keeps on going on for Xander Bogaerts against the Rays. They cannot get him out.
Not Xander's best swing. He's out in front a little bit, but see how he keeps his hands back. Watch the hands stay back even though his body's out front. Then he just flips the bat out there and hooks it into left field. On fire.
And now 7-game hitting streak for Xander Bogaerts, first and third. Mitch Moreland banging up his knee the last game of the Cleveland series. Had to come out of the ball game after trying to make a sliding catch into some concrete near the camera well. So he was out last night. He told Alex Cora that he was good to go tonight, and Alex said, well, I'll call you in the morning. But when the game ended, Mitch said, don't call me in the morning. I'll be ready to play.
Talked to him about it today, how he was feeling. He looked at me, he goes, it hurts, but I'm playing. Want to play.
Certainly one of the toughest guys on this ball club. There's no doubt about that. He's worked the count to 2-0.
What an effort that was, too, to catch that ball. He knew what he was going towards. He knows it's made out of concrete. There's very little padding there.
Might be when we get back.
Or at least a little bit more.
Kinsler on deck. And a ground ball to the right side. Wendell will handle that. Flips to second to one on the first. They're going to turn the double play as a run comes in to score, and the Red Sox will take a 1-0 lead. And no RBI for Moreland on the double play, but the Red Sox are in front.
Pretty good job of pitching right there by Yarbrough. Had himself in trouble there. Needed a couple outs. Got it. Gives up the run.
So they're empty for Kinsler, hitting .243 with 13 home runs, and maybe last night a sign that he's going to start to take off. He had a couple of hits. He went 2 for 4. In fact, he has 4 singles in his last 2 games.
This is the type of pitcher that I think Ian Kinsler can really handle. Might see some good pop out of his bat. Yarbrough can't throw the ball by you. Ian with the short, quick swing. Yarbrough trying to get that cutter in on the hands. It might not work for Ian Kinsler.
Sharply fouled down the line. 1-2 on the Red Sox second baseman. Well, the Red Sox got a 2-base hit in this inning, and JD Martinez has come around to score. Last night they had 13 hits in the game. Every one of them was a single. Maybe the only time you can see that all year for the Red Sox with this lineup. And inside.
There were some oddities in that game, as you mentioned, all singles. When you look at what the Rays did, they scored 10 runs. 9 of them were with 2 outs.
Two on the way to Kinsler, and he'll pop him up into center field. And Kiermaier there to make the catch and retire the side, but the Red Sox get on the board. 1-0 Boston. Red Sox ahead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning here at Tropicana Field in St. Pete. C.J. Cron, the leadoff man. Good power here with 24 home runs. He'll ground that one routinely to Nunez. Flips on for the out, one away. This quality start brought to you by BioFreeze.
Well, why wouldn't it be talking about David Price? What an outing he had. 8 innings, just 3 hits. He struck out 7 in that. Didn't walk anybody. Didn't give up a run. Wow, was he brilliant.
BioFreeze pain relief that works. Kiermaier 193 with 4 homers. Goes after the first pitch. He pops it up on the move. Nunez looking for room near the stands, and he overran it. And it'll fall in. He lost it up there, I think.
Yes, he did. This is a hard place to take your eye off the ball and then find it again. And I think that's what Nunez did. Took his eye off of it so he could find the wall. Watch him. Find the wall. Now he looks up and he now I don't even know where it is anymore. And he ran right by it. Kiermaier knew as soon as he hit that ball he was going to be out. This is a second life for him.
1-1. He looked to check and he did. Kiermaier with a lot of experience against Porcello, but not a ton of hits. He's 10 for 45 off him. 222. Right past him, and that was a slider.
So far, Porcello's got good action on all his pitches. Nice sinking fastball, good slider. Look at that.
He put him away. It'll be his second K in the book, and there are 2 gone here in the second inning.
Watch this pitch run away from Kiermaier. See ya, outer half of the plate. You can't catch up with it now. Look at that movement.
Amica Insurance. Great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. Adames 261 with 8 home runs. He hit 1 last night. Had a big night, actually. Scored 3 times. Hot bat, and those shoes really pop. Seeing a lot of individuality, a lot of creative dressing this particular weekend.
But the socks. Bunch of guys on his socks getting hits.
He's been doing it for real lately too. He's hitting .395 his last 13 games. 0-2, and in there for strike 3. Caught him looking.
Wasting no time.
top three. Red Sox bring up Nunez, Leon, and Betts against the lefty Yarbrough with a 1-0 lead. Steve Lyons, Dave O'Brien, and Garrett Austin alongside here from the Trop. Eduardo hitting .257. 7 home runs. Pulls that one into left field for a base hit. Sliding stab by Pham. He's up and gunning, and will hold him to a base hit. But a good start here in the 3rd inning as we get it down to Guerin.
Thanks, Obi. Well, Players Weekend isn't just for the players, it's for the coaching staff as well. Alex Cora went with AC, but it was his brother's nickname that was a hit with their family. Joey Cora is on the coaching staff for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he went with I'm the brother. Now, Alex told us he had no idea that he was going to do that. It was a complete surprise, and he didn't find out until last night when he got on Twitter. But he said he absolutely killed it, and he said, guys, their family loved it. And he said, I know his second favorite team are the Red Sox, and he said it was pretty cool to see.
I'm the brother, huh? So he must be getting deluged with everybody getting him wrong, right?
Absolutely. But he laughed about it, and he said it was pretty flattering. But you can tell they have a great relationship.
Leadoff man is on, and Sandy Leon, the batter, 205 with 5 home runs.
I think the Seager brothers do that as well. One plays for LA, the other one for the Seattle Mariners. Kyle and Corey. And Kyle says, I'm Corey's brother.
Popped up down the line toward foul ground. Lau giving it a chase, and it's going to fall into the bullpen. Wendell and Crone also, but they were late. So 1 strike on Sandy Leon. Did you see that hefty price tag that Justin Verlander was charged his lunch bill in Beverly Hills?
$1 million?
$1 million for lunch.
He had a great line, though, didn't he?
Well, the bill from the waiter was at the Cabana Cafe Beverly Hills Hotel. It's $30 for pancakes, $42 for a salad, and $1 million for Dodger Killer. He's had great outings, and he beat them in the World Series last year. He's owned them.
I think it was a Game 6 victory. He beat him. He said, I guess I'm still paying for that.
Yes. Waiter with a good sense of humor. Restaurant there on Sunset Boulevard. A little pricey. Mookie Betts on deck. Red Sox in the lead 1-0. Yeah, Verlander said, really making me pay for the World Series win. Thanks for the great lunch as always. It's a regular spot for him. He did have a latte too. Popped up, twisting back, and over the top of the screen. Red Sox here for one more tomorrow afternoon. Nathan Eovaldi against the left-hander Blake Snell, who's having a spectacular year. He's 15-5, ERA of 2.07. He's in the Cy Young conversation. Eovaldi going in at 5-5, 381. Former Tampa Bay Ray. Here comes the 0-2. Poked it the other way, but it hangs up and allows her to make the play. One gone.
Tomorrow, the Silver Oak Jumper Tournament Grand Prix is on NESN. Witness the grace and precision of Olympic-level show jumping at its best. The Silver Oak Jumper Tournament Grand Prix is on tomorrow night at 7 on NESN.
Mookie Betts 0 for 1. He is flat out to center. '27 home runs, but it's been a little while since he hit one. August 9th.
Mookie seems like he's just been a little anxious at the plate lately, jumping at the ball just a tad.
Striking out a little bit lately too.
Much more than normal. What is it, 8 games in a row with a strikeout now?
Yeah, in fact, it was 5 games in a row he had struck out in his first at bat.
The changeup from Yarbrough right there. Not a lot of movement on that, but off speed. But Mookie doesn't generally get fooled by any changeup from anyone.
Is the 4th highest batting average against left-handers in Major League Baseball, 365. To the shortstop. Adames to Wendell, one there on the first, and not in time. So they get the man in the middle as Nunez is erased, but Mookie Betts reaching first on the fielder's choice, and he is 0 for 2.
Here's what I'm talking about, him lunging a little bit at the plate, just getting out in front, see him going around that pitch and trying to pull it. And that's what we talk about, rolling over on a ball that's away from you.
Board with his 24 stolen bases. That'll send up Benintendi, who struck out first inning. Sox ahead 1-0. Benintendi closing in on 100 runs scored. Of course, Mookie's already there. 91 runs for Benintendi. JD Martinez closing in on a 2.
It's just so much fun for those guys. When you look at Betts and Benintendi, they're consistently getting driven in by guys like JD and Bogey, and then JD drives himself in.
And a 1-1 to Benintendi. And he won't offer.
See the shoulder patch there on Benny's uniform. It says Pappy. All the guys that who they're thankful for. I like that. Kind of a cool idea.
Players weekend all throughout baseball. Here's the 2-1. Good cut. Even up on Benintendi. Pierce would be next. Last night it certainly felt like the Sox had hit a little bit of a lull, a very rare lull in their season. And really in need of a pitching performance like Rick Porcello has delivered several times this season, like in June in Minnesota. There goes Mookie Betts, pitch outside, throw down by Perez, not going to get him. Mookie Betts with number 25, and he's in scoring position.
That was a pretty good effort by the kid behind the plate, Perez. This was not an easy pitch to throw. Yarborough's going for the strikeout. He wants that slider down and away to Benny. It's exactly what he threw him. Benny lays off of it. Good jump by Mookie. Tough throw to make. Still made it close.
His 25th.
He had to go way out and backhand that thing and then come up with the throw.
And he went chasing, and down he goes, strike 3. He advanced for the second time, 1 man left. Bottom three, Red Sox head 1-0 here against the Tampa Bay Rays. Lau will lead things off, and then it's Perez and Wendell. So it's 8, 9, and 1 against Rick Porcello. Looking sharp early. He struck out 3, actually 4 over the first 2 innings.
He is filling up the strike zone.
Allowed a leadoff base hit to Wendell in the first inning, and then he stole second, but he was able to get the next 3 men in succession. And right out of the gate, he's had a good curveball. Porcello's gone 9 and 2 on the road. He's tied with John Lester for the second most road wins in the majors. Verlander's #1 with 10.
He's going right at these guys with fastballs late in counts. Both sides of the plate. Tries to get in on the lefties. Goes away from the righties. Not messing around with too many waste pitches. Go right back in there again.
Well, full count here in the #8 guy.
Upset with himself a little bit because he tried to go in hard 2 pitches in a row and left him up and away. He's had such great command so far, and those 2 pitches weren't close.
And a payoff pitch to Lau. Rick chasing that 16th win. He's 15 and 6 coming in. Here's the 3-2. He will miss with that. That is ball 4. So his first walk issue tonight. This outsider timeout presented by LL Bean. For the ballpark to your local park, the outside's always better together. LL Bean, be an outsider. Got to get on the beach when you're here. So Perez, the catcher, will climb in. Swinging a decent bat, 297.
He had a heck of a start to last night's ball game. By the 3rd inning, he had 2 hits and 4 RBIs.
Yeah, had an early double in that game. They piled up runs very quickly, and that one socked to second base. And a drop there, but he got the out. That was on the exchange on the transfer. So Lau will be out at second base. 1 man gone, but no double play.
Bogey finds himself getting set up a little early at short right there at second base, so he's kind of camped, no movement. Now when he tries to jump stop away from the play and make the throw, he loses the handle. That's that play we talked about where when you're in the shift, it's a very awkward movement for him to get back to second base, and that contributes to some ugly plays.
So 1 out. Wendell will step in, base hit first time. He's 1 for 1 with a stolen base as well. Porcello had settled into a pattern. This really goes back to early July of good outing, bad outing, good outing, bad outing.
Guess what turn it is?
It's time for a good one.
Yes, it is.
And in there, he's had some tremendous outings.
1 hitter against the Yankees. On what, 86 pitches? Unbelievable.
He had another one against the Minnesota Twins earlier, which was over 7 innings. That is in there for a strike.
It's been a very reliable sinking fastball for him tonight on the outer half of the plate to left-handed hitters.
Two-1 to Wendell. Right through there. Wendell, one of the few guys in the game who does not wear batting gloves, like Blake Swihart.
Wendell forced into that leadoff spot with Malik Smith out of the lineup.
And a 2-2. He buried the breaking ball, throw to first base, not in time. Perez back in.
Great footwork by Sandy back there, blocking the ball. Get that glove turned around and get yourself squared up to it. All you're really trying to do is make sure you keep that in front of you, but considering he came up with it, he figures why not make a quick throw down there.
The 3-2 runner holding and fouled back to the screen. Red Sox, after tomorrow's series finale, that'll be their last game against Tampa Bay this season. Heading home to face another team from Florida, taking on Miami. The Marlins on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's it for that series and for that homestand. Red Sox then pack up and go right back on the road. Runner taken off, pitch down low. It's going to be ball 4. So Wendell is on.
How's that not strike 3?
It was called a ball.
I guess so. My goodness, it looked like a good pitch.
Runners on at first and second.
Watch this. Gotta have it.
So it's second walk in the inning by Porcello. 2 on for good hitter in Duffy. Porcello struck him out in the first. So some trouble brewing here in the third. Red Sox up by a score of 1-0. Duffy has cooled off since the All-Star break. Just 224 since the break.
It was well over 300. Now he's dipped below.
And he'll look at a pitch outside. So in this inning, Porcello not as crisp, but he's going to take a little walk out there now, which we see him do every once in a while. Walk out beyond the mound in the direction of second base and collect himself. Perez at second and Wendell on at first. Needs a ground ball right at somebody. Instead, a rocket pulled into left field. Benintendi to charge it. They'll hold Perez at third as he scampers in there. And now they're all loaded up. Duffy hit that one right on the button.
Rick's location's been pretty good most of the evening. That pitch right out over the middle of the plate.
And the bases are loaded for the DH, G-Man Choi, who's 0 for 1 with a liner to center. And Levangie on the top step, leaning in, getting a little nervous.
Choi has been hot. He's had a hit in every one of his last 10 starts.
If you missed it earlier today, the Yankees in game 1 of a doubleheader against Baltimore won big 10-3. So at the moment, the Sox have an 8-game lead. And in just a few minutes, they'll begin the second game. Not much of a sample there with the bases loaded, but G-Man Choi is 3 for 8 in his career. Does have a grand slam. No place to put him. Perez, Wendell, and Duffy on the bases, and that'll be in there for a strike. I think Choi is unhappy with himself that he did not swing the bat.
That's a tough pitch. You think as a left-handed hitter that it's going to be inside, and then it tails back a little bit, catches that inner half, and that's what Rick has been trying to do on the lefties, get in hard on him.
He's got him down 0-2.
Ooh. Dangerous 0-2 pitch there. That one caught a little bit more of the plate than Rick wanted.
Pham on deck. One down, they're loaded. This guy is certainly a double play candidate. And that is in there. He caught him looking.
Same pitch. He just doesn't have a good idea of the inner half of that plate. I feel for you, man. I know what it feels like. You think that's going to be inside. You give up on it, and it tails back.
But you can't argue this.
That's a strike all day long.
He'll go back and look at this in the video room and realize these are good pitches.
Yeah, and he's got to understand that he might have to take a 4-inch step off of the plate so that that pitch looks like a strike to him. And then you know what Rick will do? He'll go to the other side.
Well, here's Pham, and he starts him off with a breaking ball. Good curveball for strike one. He whipped him in the first inning. So Porcello trying to get out of a bases loaded 1-out jam. Now they're a 2 down. He's walked a couple of men, allowed a base hit in the inning, trying to get free of it here in the third. Ooh, that looked like a cross-up.
Tommy Fantastic. That's the nickname on the back of his shirt. It's a good one.
Two out, they're loaded up, and the 1-1. He missed with that. Here's Rick Porcello after that pitch that Leon caught awkwardly. It was like, my bad.
What that really does is lets Leon know that he did cross him up. He understands that he missed the sign and no more communication necessary.
Two. And now he's going to come out and have a conversation, Sandy Leon.
I like this. It's a good meeting there. Get on the same page. He wants to get out of it with this pitch.
Now it's Perez at third, Wendell at second, Duffy at first.
I'd like to see him throw that same sinking fastball, but on the outer half of the plate to him here. There it is.
He pumped it in there, and he struck him out looking. Boy, he was tough as nails there.
celebrating players' unique and diverse personalities this weekend. Over 200 Franklin family members are wearing a custom Players Weekend batting glove to represent their journey in baseball. Get these limited edition gloves or customize your own at franklinsports.com and join the Franklin family. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the Red Sox and Major League Baseball.
Red Sox in front 1-0 going to the 4th inning and remain in front. Rick Porcello with a terrific effort there. Back-to-back strikeouts of the 3 and 4 hitters with the bases loaded to get out of it and strand 3.
Occasionally in this game his control has gotten away from him a little bit, and then he zeroes back in and throws pinpoint nasty pitches.
Pierce 0 for 1. He has been thrown out by the pitcher. And fly that one to left center field. Pretty well hit, but Kiermaier's back there to grab it for the out. One gone in the Red Sox 4th inning. That'll send up JD Martinez. Now JD has a double and he has scored the Red Sox run. He has now moved 1 point in front of Mookie Betts, at least for the moment, for the American League batting lead. He told Pete Abraham of the Boston Globe that he wants nothing to do with talk of the Triple Crown. Does not want to discuss it. He waves that off. He could care less, I guess.
Well, I think it'll mean a lot to him when the season's over, but I think he doesn't want to be thinking about that. He wants to think about playing the game and then let the chips fall where they fall at the end of the year.
Oh, he actually said, they said, you know, I'll talk after the game about how the team did. You've got to admire that.
It's hard not to talk to him about what he did when he's doing everything so well
on a nightly basis.
But I get it. I mean, why does he want to start talking about stuff like that? That's when it doesn't happen.
His buddy Miguel Cabrera, the last man to do it in baseball.
He needs to grab that home run lead back.
Yeah, he's down by 1 to Chris Davis of the A's right now. He's got 39.
You know, Jose Ramirez hanging around the same numbers.
And 1-2. Ooh, big swing.
Dangerous, dangerous pitch. Watch the location right out over. You see the little grimace on JD's face, thinking maybe he should have hammered this pitch. Just fouls it straight back. That is a pretty swing.
One, 2 from Yarbrough. That one pulled down the line. That's a fair ball. It's going to be another extra base hit. It clangs up against the fence. JD Martinez is cooking. 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles.
Obi, this pitch is so hard to keep fair, especially after the pitch right before he fouled off. You know he wants to get the bat head out. That ball's barreling down in on him. Most guys that hit this ball, they'll pull it foul. Look at how he pulls his hands through so much more quickly, but lets the bat head drag a little bit. So it's a little bit more like an inside-out swing, and that's how he keeps it fair.
You'd have to say he's a big, strong guy right now, but he used to be a skinny kid.
Flacco.
That's why he goes with Flacco there on the back. And he said, you know, growing up in Miami, that's what everybody called him. Maybe calling him MVP by the end of the season. Xander Bogaerts a base hit in the second. So 1 for 1. When he makes an out against Tampa Bay, you're shocked. Talking about Xander. No ground here to third base. Duffy will handle it. Throws across to get him. Holding at second base is Martinez, and there are 2 down. And that'll send up Mitch Moreland.
On an all-new episode of Charlie Moore Outdoors, Charlie heads down to Windermere, Florida. He's going to hang out with Johnny Damon, Roger Clemens, and Tim Wakefield at the 2018 Johnny Jams event to help raise money for the Johnny Damon Foundation. Catch it all on an all-new episode of Charlie Moore Outdoors tomorrow night at 6 on NESN.
Mitch Moreland's 0 for 1, hit into a double play in the second inning. 2 down. Red Sox ahead 1-0.
You know, Dave, one of the reasons why that series with Cleveland was so much fun to watch is you literally had, without mentioning Mike Trout, you had 4 of the best baseball players in the game.
Yeah, on the field at the same time.
Yeah. 3 of them 5'8".
And some pretty darn good pitching. This one popped up. Third base side, Duffy coming in, plenty of time, and he'll put it away. Red Sox get a double, but can't bring him in. Well, Rick Porcello just pitched out of a bases loaded jam. Last inning, he'll hit the leadoff man Crone, who gets hit a lot. In fact, he's number 2 in baseball. Time now for our refreshing finish, brought to you by Coors Light.
Well, this is Porcello getting out of some jams there with a strikeout to Choi. That helped him out. Bases were drunk at that point, and then he crosses up Leon and then comes right back and gets Pham with a strikeout on the outer half.
So leadoff man is on. 16th time this year that Crone has been struck by a pitch. They have the top 3 guys in the American League as far as hit batsmen are concerned.
It's hard to do. You can see right there, Crone didn't even bother trying to get out of the way of it.
Kiermaier's 0 for 1 as he'll wave and miss for a strike.
Kiermaier continues to be one of the premier center fielders in the game, but has had a miserable offensive season.
Look at a bunt, drops it down. Rick Porcello quick to it. He'll go to first base. He fires a strike there. Down to second is Crone with 1 away. So it'll be a sacrifice bunt.
Well, you just don't see too many sacrifice bunts in the American League at all, but Kiermaier understands that he's not swinging the bat very well. Maybe he can help his team. You give yourself up, you get a guy in scoring position.
Willie Adames will be next. He struck out looking. Love that shot.
From the catwalk?
Yeah. Adames hitting .362, 5 home runs in August. This team's playing very, very well. A 6-game winning streak for Tampa Bay.
A nice dynamic on this team between Adames and Jake Bauers, who's out of the lineup today because he's 3 for his last 42. These 2 guys are best friends. When Bauers first came up, he was on fire. And Adames was really scuffling. Here's last night, the home run to dead center field off of Pomeranz. That's a beautiful swing for a young kid. Jackie tries to go up and over the wall, but he can't get it.
So drops another one in there for a strike.
So now the roles have changed. These two guys best friends. Bauer's really struggling now. Adames is now on fire. It was reversed about a month ago.
Bauer's with those kind of numbers was their #3 hitter last night. And he was not part of all those runs that they did score. He was the 1-2. Cut on and miss. That one got him. That good curveball has been there since the opening inning.
He's been able to throw it in 2 locations too. He can throw that curveball for a strike when he wants it, and he can bury it when he needs strike 3. That's a beautiful thing.
It's his 7th.
Nasty.
Does not have to throw for a strike in that instance.
Yep, not even trying to.
So a man at second and 2 down. Brandon Lau, he took one of the 2 walks issued by Porcello in the 3rd inning. Got into that bases loaded jam, but he got out of it.
Lau giving Carlos Gomez the day off, making his first ever start as a right fielder.
Gomez, another Tampa Bay Ray who has really scuffled with the bat. Thrown at second. Porcello looking to do what he did last inning. Back-to-back strikeouts. Line into left field. It'll fall down for a base hit. They're going to send the runner. Benintendi firing home. Here's the throw, and it is cut and dropped, and the run is in. So Lau strikes with an RBI hit. And Crone in to score. The guy who reached by getting hit by a pitch to begin the inning.
Pretty good hitting right there, taking that sinking fastball that's going away from Lau, and he hits it the other way. Good jump right there. Going coming around. It's a big man coming at you.
And that'll tie up the ball game, 1 apiece, and bring up the #9 man, Perez.
I don't know what the percentages are for guys that walk in your first at bat. The first guy, leadoff guy, walks, but I bet they're not a whole lot different than the first guy getting hit by a pitch. Kind of the same thing, isn't it?
As far as coming in to score,
those guys score.
Well, the old saying is nothing good ever comes of a leadoff walk, and you can say the same thing about a hit batsman.
There is the big fella.
So 1-1 tie here at the bottom of the 4th inning at the Trop. And a 2-0 from Rick Porcello. That one ripped foul. Red Sox have not lost any of their last 14 series. They have never gone an entire season without being swept in a series of 2 or more games, and they've not been swept this year. But they have earned 12 series sweeps. Dropped last night's game 10-3, and this one now tied up 1-1. 3-1 runner taken off, and a high pop up on the infield. And Nunez looking up on the dirt, and he'll put that away to retire the side, but Tampa Bay is on the board, and they've tied it. Tire and Complete Auto Service. Your New England Audi dealers, get behind the wheel of the Audi you've always wanted. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Back inside the Trop as we go to the 5th inning. We're tied up 1-1, Sox and the Rays. Great to have you with us tonight as Kinsler will lead things off here. Ian is 0 for 1. He has flied out to center. Players weekend, they get to wear their nicknames on their backs, and Ian Kinsler goes with Bootsy. As you said yesterday, it's not what a middle infielder might choose for a nickname. This one's popped up down the left field line. Adames racing over there. No one can make that play as it's off into the stands. Well, when he was with the Texas Rangers, Ron Washington was the manager. Kinsler got hurt and he had his foot in a boot for quite some time, and Ron Washington, skipper, started calling him Bootsy,
and it's stuck.
Nunez on deck, and then Sandy Leon. They're all getting their second look at the left-hander Yarbrough.
Yarbrough grew up as a Rays fan. I don't think of that happening all that often.
Yeah, he was born in Texas, but he grew up in Lakeland, Florida. He was a Rays fan when they went to the World Series in 2008 with David Price and company. This one popped up around home plate, around the pitcher's mound now, and the third baseman Duffy comes in to put that away. That'll be on number 1.
Tomorrow at noon, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. Get a complete breakdown of Rick Porcello's start tonight versus the Rays.
Stay tuned after the third out of this half inning for the Mid-Fifth Studio Show with Mark James. Eduardo Nunez, a base hit, first trip, 1 for 1. He'll go the other way for his second hit. 2 for 2 in front of Sandy Leon. So the Sox have a base runner.
Just lets the ball get into that strike zone. The ball's a little bit away from him. We saw so much of that last year out of Nunez. He did just poking the ball into right field for base hits. Slammed one into left field earlier today. He's using the whole field.
Sandy is flying to right, 0 for 1. Red Sox with 5 hits. Tampa Bay has 3. Nathan Eovaldi against Blake Snell tomorrow afternoon at 1:10. Last game of the series. Two 2-0 on Sandy Leon.
Yarbrough and Malik Smith both went to Santa Fe Community College. They both got drafted by the Mariners, and they both got traded at the same time to the Rays. Keep following each other around.
Ball 3.
These guys were involved in the Drew Smiley deal. Pretty good deal for the Rays.
They have activity in their bullpen. Ryan Stanek,
AKA
George Armstrong Custer. Here's the 3-0. High fly, center field, but it hangs up. Kiermaier taps the glove, and he's got it.
Hey Bruins fans, the 2018 Boston Bruins Fan Fest Tour continues. Tomorrow the Bruins will stop at the Alex Anani Center in downtown Providence. Bring the family from noon until 4 to play games, get exclusive merch at the 47 retail truck, and mingle with current Bruin players, coaches, executives, and some NESN personalities. To learn more, visit bostonbruins.com/fanfesttour.
Here comes Mookie Betts now. 0 for 2 with a stolen base. And he reached on a fielder's choice, and he'll eye a strike.
Mookie didn't think so. Porter's got a pretty big zone.
Eduardo Nunez, the base runner, knotted up 1-1 in the fifth.
One thing, OB, that I like about an umpire that does have a big zone is it keeps things moving. It lets the hitters know they got to swing the bat. They got to go up thinking about hacking.
Sure. Little dribbler at first base, but foul. They've got a couple of umpires on this crew. Angel Hernandez is another one with what you'd call a big strike zone. Angel had the play last night.
When we look at what we've seen out of Porter tonight, you know, the borderline pitches have been strikes. There's nothing been too outlandish. That was ridiculous, but if it's close, he's going to be calling it. So go up there hacking. Speeds the game up. And I wouldn't have liked that when I was hitting.
Bet you wouldn't.
No.
Fly to right field, driving back loud, but he's there with room, and he'll make the play. Mookie 0 for 3 tonight. Time to check in with Mark now for the mid-fifth studio show. Three hits so far for the Rays against Rick Porcello.
Another big day for Andujar for the Yankees. Man, he can play. We've been talking this series of the players on this team that think they have a shot at Rookie of the Year. Wendell's one of them. Yarborough's the other. But Andujar is going to run away with it.
You know, Wendell with a base hit, a steal, and a walk tonight at the top of the order. Here's the 1-1. That one's scalded but foul. We've had some very good swings that have gone foul. Porcello coming off a loss to the Indians last time out, 5-4. That was the loss to Corey Kluber and the Indians. He went 7 innings. He hits it the other way for a line drive base hit. Good looking young hitter. That's his second knock in this one. And he's on base for the 3rd time.
Going with that pitch up and away from him. Porcello doesn't get quite the movement when the ball's up rather than when it's down, and that just kind of stayed out there in the zone away from him, and he poked it into left.
You know, players like Wendell, and we talked about Malik Smith, this guy Matt Duffy, and some of the other youngsters, in particular the pitchers like the kid we're seeing tonight, Yarbrough, and of course Blake Snell, gives you reason to think that Tampa Bay is going to be a very tough out next year.
A good basis for continuing to get better. You know, they traded away some big name players, and these are guys that you get back for them.
They become a tough out now. That one up the middle for a base hit. Duffy's second. That'll put runners at first and second, and nobody out. Here they come again.
They are aggressive early in counts too. They go up there swinging from the first pitch. Another ball up in the zone, hit hard.
Back-to-back singles to begin the fifth. Ji-Man Choi is lined out and struck out last time, caught looking, and he did not like a couple of calls that we thought were pretty good strikes. So did the home plate up Alan Porter.
See how Porcello works him this time.
He'll pop him up on the first pitch. Xander Bogaerts wants to take it. Infield fly in effect, and he's got it for the out. Red Sox season ticket plans for 2019 are on sale right now. New plans include access to potential 2018 postseason games. For more information, go to redsox.com/season tickets right now.
Dave, that was awesome right there. He got Choi to strike out on that same pitch, two exact same pitches, and he comes up and he says, you know what, I'm going to go right back in there again.
Well, he has gotten this guy twice on strikes, both times looking. Tommy Pham in the first and again in the third. Wants to swing right away. Nunez to charge off the turf. He gets him as the runners move up to second and third. Two gone. Pham looked determined not to get in a hole this time.
Obviously that ball hit too slow to try to turn everything over, so you get the out at first. Now second and third with two outs. You got to really bear down now.
And Heath Hembree is up in the Red Sox bullpen. Only the fifth inning, but these last three innings have all been high stress for Rick Porcello. He's had base runners pretty much everywhere the last three. Well, trying to get out of it again. Here comes Crone now, hit by pitch, and he scored a run in the fourth. He's also grounded to third. He went after it. 92 mile an hour four-seam fastball, and he came up empty.
We haven't seen a lot of four-seamers out of Rick today. That's one right up there above the launch angle. Crone's a guy that can do serious damage with one swing of the bat, but he can't catch up with that one up there.
Foul back, has him in the hole now. One pitch away from getting out of this jam with an active bullpen.
In tonight's ball game, Porcello has not been wasting pitches. See if he goes with that big curveball down and away, or just try to freeze him with the four-seamer away as well.
Wendell at third, Duffy at second. 0-2.
Good pitch.
And a broken bat. So Crone off to get a new one. Alex Cora with his trusted lieutenant Ron Renneke. They will be talking all through the game, won't they?
Always.
Constant.
Great source of knowledge there, Ron Renneke. A lot of years around the game. Managed himself.
0-2 again. With the new bat, he pokes it foul.
So I wasn't sure how he was going to try to get him on his third strike, either the breaking ball or the four-seamer away. He's tried both of them. Still, advantage Porcello. Way too many weapons he can use right now to get Crone. 0-2. Get him to expand the strike zone.
A big moment in the game here. Here's the 0-2 once more. That one sailed on him. 1-2. Right, Dana LeMangi lives and dies with every pitch.
He's been doing that for a long time too.
And now Crone will step out. Porcello trying to get out of another piece of difficulty in the 5th inning. He struck out Pham with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning right after striking out Choi. That one's ripped down the line but slicing foul. So the big fella C.J. Crone hanging in there. The author of 24 home runs. They do not have a whole lot of power in the lineup tonight, but he's it.
With guys on base.
1-2 from Rick Porcello.
Oh, that's a great pitch.
Oh, he was walking off the mound. He thought he had the strikeout.
Such a good pitch right there. He went away, 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 and then busted him inside there with a slider. This is a strike, isn't it? Come on, where's that miss? Porcello certainly thought he had it. He's taking a step towards the dugout.
Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, and he struck him out swinging. Came back with a sweeping curveball. Runners stranded at 2nd and 3rd. Top of the 6th getting underway. We're tied up 1-1 here in the middle game of the series at Tropicana Field. In for a strike on Benintendi. Trying to make contact here. He struck out twice tonight. And it's Pierce and Martinez. So that's 2, 3, and 4 against Yarborough. 6'5" left-hander.
Time to get something going.
Ryan Stanek still warming in their bullpen. And in there for a strike. Yarborough 26 years old. And not a flamethrower, but very good command, and he hasn't walked anybody.
been a strange game for Benintendi. He's actually swung through a few pitches that look like good pitches to hit, yet he's laid off some of the nastiest pitchers that Yarbrough's thrown to him.
2-2. He's filled up the count. Pierce on deck. Benintendi has hit safely in 8 of his last 9, and he's of course been walking a lot this year, and he is on here. He takes ball 4 time now for our high strength steel play, brought to you by New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado.
Well, this is the pitch with Porcello. He thought he had him struck out, and how many times do you see that happen, and then the next pitch gets hit 5 miles for a 3-run homer? But not with Porcello. He comes right back and throws another nasty pitch for the out.
So Yarbrough walks his first and only man. He's done for the night as Kevin Cash goes out to get him, and we'll bring Stanek in. Red Sox trying to get something going with Steve Pearce about to swing. Pearce so far tonight 0 for 2. Let's toss it down to Garrett Austin.
Well, OB Steve, I am wearing my custom Franklin Sports batting gloves. I absolutely love these. They're perfect size, and I love the colors. You know, I love this weekend. I love being able to see the players' personalities, from their gloves to their cleats, their bats, and of course, their nicknames. Well, yesterday, MLB's Cut 4 put out a tweet on how you can make your own MLB nickname. And guys, I'm G. I was born in the 30th, so my nickname was High-End Barnstormer. Now, I've had a lot of our viewers send me their funny nicknames. Now, what would yours be?
Yours is Barnstormer?
High-End Barnstormer. When you look at MLB's Cut 4 on how they're, you can create your own nickname. So High-End Barnstormer. Okay.
Wow, that won't fit on the back of the shirt, though, will it?
I know that they'd probably find a way, but you guys can. It's the letter of your first name, and then the day that you were born. So that's how you come up with your custom nickname.
I can't pick one of those because I'd probably pick Whoopsies there, number 18. I can't do that.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong.
I guess I can do whatever I want, right? I mean, but I like Barnstormer.
You like Barnstormer?
I'm going to go that. Well, that's yours, so that's taken. The gloves are nifty, though. I didn't realize those were part of the outfit. But
oh, they go nicely with the dress. They go nicely with the dress.
You can pull it off. Well done. Very sharp, Garrett.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I'm always trying to be creative with my clothes as well.
Right, cutting edge. You are cutting edge.
Nice.
We're tied up here 1-1, and Stanek will finally make his appearance. He's been warming up for some time.
I think part of mine was 6-4-3, which kind of made sense. I don't think I'd really want to walk up there with that on my back.
You hit into a few, did you?
Especially with the guy on first.
Pierce has grounded out, and he has also flied out, so he is 0 for 2.
Pretty sure there'd be no question what nickname would be on my back.
Psycho is one of the all-timers.
Yes.
More activity in their bullpen. The left-hander Kolarek. JD Martinez on deck, and he's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles already. Steve Pearce, who wears Late Lightning as his nickname, trying to make that apply to the mid-innings. Here in the top of the 6th with a base runner in Benintendi. And a 2-0. 99, but he missed.
Mid-lightning. Take that. Now, JD may play all 3 games here on the turf because he doesn't like 2 days off. AC might want to get him out of there for the 3rd game on this turf, but then Monday with the off day, he doesn't like to have 2 days off.
Fly ball right center field. Racing over is Lau. He's going to get under that. Back to first is Benintendi. 1 gone.
Tomorrow at 12:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. Get a preview of the matchup between Nathan Eovaldi and Blake Snell. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
JD with a double in the second inning, and he doubled again in the fourth inning. So at 338 at this moment, he is the top hitter in the American League. He's #1 in RBIs, and he is one off the home run lead.
Interesting to note that was a 3-0 pitch that Steve Pearce hacked at right there. Thought that might be his best opportunity to get a good pitch to drive from the righty.
We've mentioned this before. Alex Cora does not have a take sign on 3-0. The Red Sox. That's for everybody.
Yeah, I think the only thing, you know, he wants to make sure you get a perfect pitch to hit. This team is made up of a bunch of hitters that have tremendous plate discipline. They rarely go out of the zone to swing at bad pitches, so he lets them make their decisions.
Well, JD with 3 hits in game 1, 2 more in game 2. Got the slider there, not the fastball.
Those look just like the gloves that Guerin was wearing.
Just like him. JD also leading the major leagues in total bases, along with RBIs. Holds that one foul, just got a piece of it. This was true before tonight's 2 doubles, but over his previous 20 road games, Martinez is hitting .400 with 27 RBIs. So,
just
you know,
a machine.
as good as he has been at Fenway, he has been murder on opponents on the road. Benintendi, a threat to run, of course, with 20 stolen bases, only caught twice.
Yeah, don't go to sleep on him over there. Good count to run on, actually.
1-2. He's running. Fouled away. Got a good jump, too.
That base was flat out stolen. But JD's got to swing. Watch the jump. Great jump. Stanek a little slow to the plate. Benny knows that pitch is fouled off. When you have 2 strikes as a hitter, you can't afford to take a pitch just because the guy's going. You got to hit, especially when it's JD Martinez.
Bogart's waiting on deck. Red Sox would love to get him up there with a couple of base runners. No running this time, and it's in tight to make it 2-2.
Now let's go again. Get a jump, steal the base.
Benintendi with the lead with 1 down. Stanek, a guy who will take his time out there, and too much for JD. And he gets the time from Alan Porter. Good crowd here tonight. It'll be the best crowd of the series. Two and 2 on JD Martinez. Buried and knocked down by Perez, runner holding. 3-2.
Young kid behind the plate. Perez, excellent textbook job of blocking that slider in the dirt. 3-2, only 1 out, not automatic that you're going, but I bet you he is.
Stanek really careful with Martinez.
Whoa.
He picked him off. He's out. Benintendi cut down at first base. 2 gone. Well, they're going to check it, see if they want to review it.
And he was leaning. You saw him. He was trying to get a big jump. See where the tag goes. Yeah, they got him.
Benintendi was absolutely convinced he wasn't hovering around the bag for a review, so he's picked off. And now the 3-2 home. He struck him out. Pretty filthy slider there. In the end, the Red Sox sent only 3 men to bat in the 6th inning. Rick Porcello's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Through 5, he's allowed 5 hits, 2 walks. He's hit a batter, but he struck out 8. And some big Ks in this game. Back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded in the 3rd. And he struck out Crone with runners at 2nd and 3rd last inning.
Huge strikeout.
So there have been some high-stress pitches from him. But locked up 1-1. Brazier active in the Red Sox bullpen. Kiermaier 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. He and his wife Marissa were married last November at the Vinoy Renaissance Hotel in St. Petersburg. That's where the Red Sox stay.
It's a grand hotel.
Sure is. He and both of his brothers were all married within a span of 6 weeks. It was an active off season.
Yeah, I guess so.
For the Kiermaiers. 0-2 sock in right center field. That's trouble. That's into the alley. All the way to the warning track up against the wall. Mookie Betts to play it off the bounce. Kiermaier surging into 3rd. He's going to stand up triple. He hit a wicked line drive into the alley.
When you see him having an at-bat like this, you wonder how is he hitting under 200. That's a slider that just comes back and catches a little bit too much of the plate, but that ball was absolutely blistered into the gap. Watch this swing. Dang, he is all over, and of course we know Kiermaier can fly. This is an easy triple.
So the Red Sox have to tug the infield in for Adames, who has whiffed twice. 5 triples for Kiermaier, and this one leads off the inning. Oh, and he hit him. Down he goes. Second man he's hit by a pitch tonight. Adames going down. That'll put him on at 1st and 3rd. And here comes Cora. So a very rough start to the 6th inning for Porcello. A triple, and he drills a man.
Not the way Rick wanted to come out of this ball game, that's for sure.
You know, he was able to pitch out of a lot of trouble, but he was in a lot of trouble tonight.
He was.
They had the leadoff man on in the 1st inning, in the 3rd, in the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th.
Got off to a pretty dominating start, but then lost command, gave up some hits.
So now it's up to Brazier in a 1-1 game. Let's toss it down to Guerin.
Okay, Steve, since it's Players Weekend, we spent some time in the clubhouse yesterday talking to some of the guys about their unique nicknames. And of course, we had to talk to Mitchie Two-Bags. More guys on how they got their nicknames.
All right, Guerin, thank you very much. Ryan Brazier is on with runners at 1st and 3rd and nobody out in a 1-1 game. He finished Wednesday's win against Cleveland with a perfect 9th inning. And yet another indicator that Alex Cora needs him in a tight spot.
Well, he's got strikeout stuff, so he needs to come in here and probably try to get a strikeout and then bounce a double play ball to get out of this thing. Swing and miss.
Brazier has his name on his back. He was not with the ball club when the decisions were made, when, if you will, the list was put in for nicknames. He had not yet been called up, so they missed that. Right now he's got to be all business anyway, taking on Brandon Lau, who has walked and singled, drove in a run with a base hit in the 4th inning. Nobody out, 1st and 3rd for Tampa Bay. Brazier's been absolutely brutal against righties on the throwover. Lefties are hitting 171 off him. Right-handers only 107. Kiermaier at 3rd. Adames on at 1st after he was hit by a pitch. And floated foul for strike.
96 on your 5th.
At the moment, 1 run, 6 hits charged to Rick Porcello in 5 innings, plus 2 batters in the 6th inning. They're both his responsibility. Runner was on the base when he threw over.
I haven't seen him throw over to 1st this often. I'm not sure what he's worried about over there.
Well, we are in the bottom of the 6th inning, locked up 1 apiece. And the 0-1.
You can see that Brazier kind of holds runners on 1st base by feel more than anything else. He doesn't really peek over at the guy on 1st. So when he throws over, it's just because he wants to make sure he can keep him close. You watch when he goes into his stretch, he really will not look over at the runner. So he just throws over there.
I think you're right, though. I think he has thrown over to 1st base on Adames more times since he entered the ball game tonight than he has all season.
I think so. I mean, he wants to keep him close. He wants to keep a double play in order.
1-1. Pastime on the breaking ball at 85 to make it 1-2.
Ideally, you're looking for a strikeout here and then a double play ball. If it comes in the opposite order, a run will score.
Kiermaier, the go-ahead run 90 feet away, and another toss over. Frazier trying to pin down that first out of the inning. Fouled away. 96 in there again. Willie Adames, runner at first base. His nickname on his back, the Kid, which was one of the first nicknames given to the great Ted Williams. And a 1-2 home.
Oh, he wanted to.
2-2. So this one is turning into a bullpen fight. And a fight it is now for Frazier. Nobody out. Right-hander looking for the strikeout.
Oh,
and skips away from Sandy Leon off to the left of the plate. That one got away. Tampa Bay with a 2-1 lead.
Well, there's your worst case scenario right there. You're looking for a strikeout. You don't get the strikeout. The ball skips away. Now you don't have a double play in order, and the run scores.
So Tampa Bay on a wild pitch has taken the lead. Thomas down to second. That'll be ball four. So up with runners at first and second. Low on for the third time. Time for a game break brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Adam Pellerin. Adam, thank you very much. Here the Sox have fallen behind against Tampa Bay 2-1 on a wild pitch. That run will be charged to Rick Porcello. And the Rays with a slight edge here, but looking for more with runners at first and second for Michael Perez, the catcher. Perez yesterday with a big hit in their win.
Yeah, it's a 2 RBI double that was scorched to center field. Jackie Bradley Jr. can't quite come up with it. What a catch that would have been. That scored 2 runs, and the onslaught was on.
So Adames at second, Lau the runner at first, and Perez with nobody out, the batter. He shows bunt. That pitch is down in the dirt, collected by Sandy Leon after the block.
Sandy's been working back there. He does such a great job of blocking balls, and this is so tough because as a catcher, if someone's bunting, you know that you might have to pop out there and field the bunt. Tendency is to want to come out of your crouch early, but he did not do that.
And Frazier with the 1-0 again, indicating a bunt, but he pulls it away and it's in for a strike. Joey Wendell on deck. Tampa Bay's had a lot of base runners tonight, particularly from the third inning on.
Frazier's got to make sure that he throws the pitch and covers the third base line.
Showing bunt, drops it down. Brazier with the bare hand off the turf, guns it to first to get him. Second and third, one man away.
It's a good thing there's a turf field here. That ball on grass would have been deadened much more, and this ball bounces right up to Brazier. Watch Brazier release the pitch. He's got to get over there. He's a little late, but a fortunate bounce, and it comes right up to him, and he's able to make that play. Nunez, the third baseman, kind of has to stay home because there are runners coming his way.
Perez with the sacrifice. Now the infield in for the Red Sox, and Wendell the hitter. He's gone 2 for 2 with a walk tonight. Pair of singles for him. The Rays have jumped in front 2-1. Fouled away for strike one. Wendell a rookie, but he's a tough out. Big swing and a miss on the slider. 0-2.
Looking for the 96-mile-an-hour fastball. You get the 84-mile-an-hour slider. That was a little bit of a backup slider, but you can't get it.
Red Sox infield leaning in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A high twisting fly into left field. Benintendi getting under. Adames charging home. And the throw comes through, but it's not going to get him. And a run scores to make it 3-1. So Wendell will pick up the RBI with the sacrifice. And Tampa Bay up by 2. And charge that run to Rick Porcello.
Man, that rough start to the inning, the triple, then the hit by pitch, and then after that, those guys score.
So his line is final, a little over 5 innings, 2 batters faced in the inning, but 3 earned runs. This inning began with a triple, and he hit a batter. Runner at second for Duffy. He singled twice, also struck out 2 for 3. In the 7th, the Red Sox have due up Bogarts, Moreland, and Kinsler. And Brazier with the 1-0 way outside. Chaz Rowe will be the next man in. All warmed up and ready. Rays are trying to win their 7th in a row. Here's the 2-0. Flying into center field. Mookie Betts will come in a bit, and he's got that. 2 big runs up there. Tampa Bay now in front 3-1. For deals, buyatoyota.com. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Nissan's year-end savings. Shop choosenissan.com. Back at the top of the 7th inning. Tampa Bay in front 3-1. Xander Bogaerts to lead it off, and Rowe comes out of their bullpen. The tall right-hander. Bogaerts has gone 1 for 2 with a base hit. Red Sox with only 5 hits so far, and 2 of those are doubles by J.D. Martinez.
Well, I think there's no doubt you have to say that the Red Sox offense has slowed down a little bit. See if they can speed it back up.
That one popped to right field. Won't happen on this play as Wendell is out to set down Xander Bogaerts, who's now 1 for 3. And it'll bring up Moreland. Meanwhile, Brandon Workman throwing in the Red Sox pen. Mitch hit into a double play in the 2nd inning. He's also popped up. Well, the Red Sox looking for somebody to lead them out of these doldrums. Certainly the last couple of nights here in Tropicana Field. They did appeal, but no swings, said Angel Hernandez. Kinsler on deck. And a 1-0 pitch. A little chopper to first base. An easy stab there for C.J. Cron. 2 up and 2 down. Take on your day the sweet way with Dunkin's new brown sugar cold brew. All the boldness you expect from cold brew coffee, sweetly balanced with brown sugar. Price and participation may vary. It's a limited time offer. Two down Kinsler. He has flied out and popped up tonight. It is the top of the 7th. 3-1 Tampa Bay. In there for strike 92 right on the corner. And a 4-time All-Star, won a Gold Glove in 2016 at second base. So almost 250 home runs. Snapped in there for a strike.
Good sweeping breaking ball, just freezes Kinsler a little bit. Jelly legged him.
Red Sox have not mounted many threats in this one. At least not yet. And a pop up. Racing out Wendell, says he has it. No threat in this inning. 1-2-3. Red Sox final presented by Rodenizer Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electric. Earlier, Adam and Jim highlighted Xander Bogaerts on a Rodenizer heat zone is hot. Pham is cold. Here's how they look tonight. Xander Bogaerts moving over on the shift here for a G-Man Choi. And Workman out of the bullpen becomes the second man after Brazier. Sox trailing 3-1. The Yankees won earlier today in game 1 of doubleheader against the Orioles, and they're up 4-0 in game 2. Choi is 0 for 3. He has lined to center, struck out, and popped up. Designated hitter from South Korea takes a big swing and a miss. Well, Red Sox know they're going to have a very tough customer tomorrow, and Blake Snell is 15-5, a 2.07 ERA, having a great season for the Rays. Nathan Eovaldi trying to get back to the pitcher he was his first couple of starts with the Red Sox. And he was spectacular. That one popped up. Back toward the netting. Sandy Leon with room. Had to make an adjustment, but he gets there. And Choi is 0 for 4. Enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. You can access and manage your tickets, enjoy check-in offers, and more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
Red Sox numbers as a team were abysmal earlier in the season against left-handed starters. They've gotten much better, but lefties still tend to give the Red Sox a little trouble. Yarbrough tonight, Snell tomorrow.
High deep drive center field off the bat of Pham. He launched one. Mookie all the way back, and that ball gets out. Pham with a home run to center field to make it 4-1.
These guys hit home runs, they go dead center, don't they? Ball's hit a long way to center field. Gets a fastball out over. Excellent swing. Watch his head discipline on contact. Boom.
Well, he's hit 15. He's scuffled since coming over to the American League, but not on that cut. So 4-1 Tampa Bay advantage. That'll bring up Cron, who was 0 for 2, but was hit by a pitch and came in to score. It turned out to be the tying run at the time in the 4th inning. And Workman with a 1-1. That skips away.
You look at the Red Sox offensively today, their best opportunity to do some damage was in the 2nd inning. J.D. Martinez double, Xander Bogaerts single, but then a double play ball by Mitch Moreland. Scored 1 run. That was it.
Saw Jose Alvarado throwing in their bullpen. He's having an outstanding season. Throws about 99. Kevin Cash has some weapons. Cash is the only current major league manager to have played in the Little League World Series. He also played in the College World Series with Florida State, ball 4. So Cron is on for the 2nd time.
Don't miss W.B. Mason extra innings live right after this game. Adam and Jim will break it all down for you, and you're going to hear from Rick Porcello and Alex Cora. Who but W.B. Mason, celebrating over 20 years of same-day delivery.
Well, here's Kiermaier. He tripled last time up and came in to score. He hit a rocket into the alley in right center. A home run by Tommy Pham has given the Rays a 4-1 lead. And a foul ball at the plate. Four runs on 7 hits for the Rays, 1 run on 5 hits for the Sox. Neither side has committed an error tonight. Officially, Rick Porcello went 5 innings, charged with 3 runs and 6 hits. C.J. Cron, the base runner, with 1 down. Kiermaier, a tough guy to double up. He'll hit that one. That one skips off the foot into right field. Charging on it, Martinez into third. C.J. Cron. That'll be a base hit for Kiermaier, taking aim at the pitcher Workman.
More than ever, with all the shifting going on, there's usually a guy right up the middle, so they tell pitchers to try to get out of the way of anything hit back up the middle. But that one just got on there too quick. Hit him off the foot. You cannot get out of the way. An unlucky bounce for the Red Sox, and it bounces into right field for another hit. Now, Workman's really not trying to field that ball. He just couldn't get out of the way in time.
And a mound visit here by Dana Levangie. So a home run, a walk, a single in the inning, and the Red Sox in some trouble again. First and third with 1 away. And Adames will be the hitter. Red Sox season ticket plans for 2019 are on sale right now. New plans will include access to potential 2018 postseason games. For more information, go to redsox.com/season tickets.
Dave, you know, that was probably a double play if it squirts right up the middle.
Yep.
Got the shift on. You have guys in position to make that play. Look at it again right here. You see Bogey up the middle. Someone's catching that. You turn it over.
Adames struck out his first couple of times. He was hit by a pitch the last time and came in to score. Runner at first taken off. The breaking ball. Strike, no throw. Kiermaier with the theft of second. Well, one thing you have to say about Cash, this series he's been really aggressive. These guys have been running.
He knows he's got some weapons and he's not afraid to use it. It started from the outside of this ball game. Wendell singled and stole on the next pitch. Kiermaier's got the speed to steal bases.
Kiermaier, number 9. Infield in with 1 down.
This is a situation no manager wants to find himself in, where he has to play the infield in with guys on second and third. He knows that if a ball gets through this infield, 2 more runs will score, and now your game is almost out of reach. But you have to try to cut the run off.
One to Adames. Tampa Bay with a lot of good at bats these first couple of games.
Got some good young players.
Now Workman in trouble. 2 men in scoring position, only 1 away. Takes a big swing and he got a piece, fouling that away. 2-2. Kittredge along with Alvarado in their bullpen.
Kittredge just called back up. Alex Smith going on the disabled list.
Yeah, with a viral infection, had to check into the hospital. He was so ill.
Prognosis looks good, they say.
2-2. Workman in need of a K.
I thought it was a nice touch by Kevin Cash, and I'm sure that Alex Cora would do the exact same thing, but I'm not so sure about other managers around the league. Cash went and visited Alex Smith in the hospital today, talked to him last night about his illness and how he was feeling, and then went and showed up at the hospital today.
It goes a long way.
Sure does.
With your players. Here comes the 2-2. Cut on and miss. Big strikeout. 2 down.
And you know Alex Cora would do the exact same thing. Here's a good breaking ball right there. Big downer right there. It's a hard pitch to try to figure out where you can get your bat on the ball, and he didn't.
Brandon Lau now as the infield backs up. Lau has walked, singled in a run, and walked again. He has runners at second and third. In the inning, a home run, a walk, a base hit, a stolen base. A home run by that man, Tommy Pham, a blast to center, his 15th. And that'll be snapped in there with the curveball. Finale of the series at 1:10 tomorrow right here on NESN. And the Red Sox will head home. They'll have Monday off. Little topper to first base. That'll be a fair ball collected by Moreland. He'll get the out. So they get the home run to make it 4-1. Game number 131. Red Sox top the Dodgers 4-1. Johnny Gomes hit a 3-run homer in the very first inning. John Lester allowed 1 run on the way to his 12th win. Well, here at the Trop, we are on to the top half of the 8th inning, and the Red Sox are down 4-1. Alvarado out of the pen, particularly for a left-handed hitter. He can't be any fun to face.
No.
The way he throws it.
Throws 100. Look at the opponent batting average with left or right. .92.
Nunez will lead off. Eduardo with 2 singles tonight.
Nunez does what most hitters should do in this situation when you see a hard thrower. Just settle down and make everything shorter and more compact. He's not a guy that gets big when he sees someone that can really bring it.
Sandy Leon on deck, and a 2-0 right by everyone. That's why it's uncomfortable to face him.
Throw it so hard that your catcher can't catch it.
His average fastball velocity is 97 miles an hour. He's hit 100.3. And that was against the Red Sox back in April.
Took some off there just to get a strike. He threw it 97.
Pounded in there, 97. And a full count. Red Sox are down 4-1. One guy they certainly have to get going again is the MVP candidate Mookie Betts. Trying to fight his way out of a slump these days, and that'll be in there for strike 3. Came back with an 85-mile-an-hour pitch.
Filthy too. Tonight, following Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll go one-on-one with Bruins defenseman Kevin Miller. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people. After 97 3 in a row, you come back with this big curveball. And what'd you say, 85 miles an hour?
Yep. Sandy Leon has flied out twice. I'll tell you what, Perez is having some difficulty.
Well, he's got so much late movement on it. I wouldn't really call this a 96-mile-an-hour sinker, but it is a running fastball. It's got great tailing action on it.
The middle on one bounce to Wendell. 2 down. Two away in the Sox 8th, and we'll see if Mookie can break out. He has gone 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of flyouts, and he's hit one on the ground into a force play. Looking for his first hit in the series.
Seen this team get things going with 2 outs plenty of times.
Goes right at him at 98 for strike 1. And a 1-1. He's taking the attendance tonight, 25,695. It's a good draw for the Rays. It's not been a good series for the Red Sox. Not yet. fly to right center field, sailing, but backing up is Lau to make the catch. Red Sox will be retired. 1-2-3.
The Red Sox are crushing it all
$50 million over 5 years to extend a commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives. You can learn more at cbshealth.com/be-the-first. Tyler Thornburg to do the pitching as we go to last tap of the 8th inning here at the Trop. 4-1 the Rays. So far in the series, the Rays have just handled the Sox. They were a hot team coming into the series. They've won 6 in a row. They won last night 10-3.
Back-to-back nights where they've just completely held down the Red Sox offense. You said last night lots of hits, but all singles and nothing to string together to score enough runs.
And a 1-1 from the righty. Sergio Romo, the right-hander in their pen. Two and two. That was a much shorter night than Rick Porcello wanted tonight. Did not get it out in the 6th inning. Right now he'll take the defeat unless the Red Sox can rally.
But a couple runners on in that inning. They both scored.
Got off to a pretty quick start. He had 4 strikeouts over the first couple of innings, but he walked a couple of men, gave up a base hit, got out of it in the 3rd inning, and left them loaded. He had back-to-back strikeouts in that inning with the bases loaded. It looked like it might be his night. And that'll be in there for strike 3, and no question from Perez. 1 out. Time now for the Built for Baseball segment presented by T-Mobile.
6th inning. Kiermaier on a blistering ball into the gap. That's a triple to lead off the inning, and then later on, wild pitch. Kiermaier comes on in to score, and then Adames is going to score on the sacrifice fly right here, and that's how the Tampa Bay Rays took the lead in this game.
Wendell, the top of the order. Good night for him. 2 base hits, stolen base, a walk, and he's driven in a run with a sacrifice. It has been a long time since the Boston Red Sox have lost a series this season. You have to go all the way back to July 1st when they dropped 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. They've not lost a series since then, but if the Sox lose tonight, it'll happen. They'll have dropped the first 2 here. Sox are 10-0-4 in their last 14 series.
And the Yankees are about ready to sweep a doubleheader.
Softly tapped to the second baseman Kinsler. Up and over for the second out. Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at Fenway at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. That's located behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. Visit bidmc.org. Duffy with a couple of hits. He's gone 2 for 4. Yeah, if the Red Sox can't rally tonight and the Yankees do sweep that doubleheader, the Sox lead would be shaved to 7. Red Sox are coming home against Miami and then going to play the White Sox 4 times in Chicago. And hoping for word any day and when Chris Sale might be expected to return. But here's a look at the schedule coming up. Red Sox also going to Atlanta against a good Braves team. They've opened up a 3-game lead over the Phillies in first place over Philadelphia. 15 of the Red Sox last 21 games of the season are at Fenway Park. The Yankees still have to go to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Oakland and Seattle.
That's going to hurt a little bit.
Sox have 6 left with New York. The Yankees. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And he walked it. So Duffy's on with 2 down.
Wednesday is Mookie Betts Puzzle Cube giveaway night at Fenway Park. The first 10,000 fans in attendance will receive a Betts Puzzle Cube presented by Citgo. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/promos.
G-Man Choi will step in. He's gone 0 for 4. Tampa Bay 4, Sox 1. We're in the bottom of the 8th.
They've pretty much handled Choi tonight with excellent pitch selection and great location on those pitches. The rest of the Rays have given him trouble.
In there for a called strike at 77. In the 9th, it'll be Benintendi, Pearson, Martinez for the Sox. Romo is ready in their bullpen.
See a lot of sliders out of him.
Yes, at varying speeds too. One of the few guys out of their pen who does not throw about 97.
Entire career he's featured that slider in his best pitch. Doesn't have a whole lot else to go with it.
Pulled to right. That's going to get down on the turf, on the track, up against the wall. Duffy into third. They're going to wave him in. He's trying to score. Here's the throw home, and they're not going to get him. Throw to third, not in time. That'll make it 5-1. So that will make it a little bit tougher here tonight.
Great speed by Duffy rounding the bases. That's just a hanging breaking ball right in Choi's face. He hits it right down the line. It's a long way to go for JD Martinez. He gets up in that corner. Duffy's already off and running. Rounding third. It's going to be easy for him to score.
So Choi with a triple. Couldn't hold him down all night. First triple of his major league career. So they have a pair of those this evening. Kiermaier had one too. You know, some runs that have really hurt Crone was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. He scored. Damas was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. He scored. Now the walk in this inning of Duffy.
We talked about that. The walks and the hit by pitches, virtually the same thing, and they all come back to hurt you. How about the scoring decision on that play right there? Is that a triple in your mind?
I was thinking double, and takes 3rd on the throw home.
Yeah.
There've been a couple of interesting scoring decisions here.
Yeah. Last night's ball game.
Just blocked there by Leon to keep the runner at 3rd. Pham last time up, belting a long home run to center field. His 15th of the year. This guy could really develop into an excellent player in the American League because he's got some tools.
Yeah.
I think their outfield next year could be awfully good.
All the way around, both offensively and defensively. Certainly when you have Kiermaier anchoring everything in center, he's obviously got to start swinging the bat a little bit more. But this guy, as you said, was an excellent National League player. Just had trouble here.
He rips this one down into the corner, but a foul ball. So the count 3-2. 2 down and a run in. Here's where it landed.
Easy call for the umpires.
Left-hander Kolarek is now up in the pen 2. 5-1 Tampa Bay. In a series that has not been a lot of fun for the Red Sox. After a tough fight with the Cleveland Indians and a split of those 4, Sox ran into a very hot opponent here.
They lose this game, they will have lost 5 of their last 7.
And a payoff pitch from Thornburg. Broken bat, line drive. That'll be caught by Kinsler to retire the side, but they add another run, now 5-1 as we go to the 9th. Have been watching the Red Sox in big numbers. A big factor is NESN availability. And as you can see, there are more ways than ever to get NESN. To see a complete list of where to get NESN, check out getnesson.com.
Man, OB, there are a lot of ways to watch TV. Gets confusing sometimes, you know.
Lots of options. There are certainly that. You love your enthusiasm in there for a strike on Benintendi. He struck out a couple of times. He's also taken a walk and was picked off at first base. Been a tough night in many phases of the game as Romo comes in.
Romo's the only guy on that Rays staff that didn't want that run to score. He loses a save possibility now. Now he's just in here pitching.
Steve Pearce on deck, and then J.D. Martinez. J.D.'s one guy has kept on hitting. Pair of doubles for him. But the Red Sox have only 5 hits in the game. The 1 run way back in the first inning. Followed that one into the mid for a ball. 3-1.
Get a couple guys on in front of JD, see what can happen.
And good count for Benintendi. He rips a foul.
Side swing from Benny. Great balance. Head down on it. Just got out there and yanked it foul a little bit.
(3-2) from Romo.
Romo pitched all those years for the San Francisco Giants while he was a huge Dodgers fan.
3-2. Passed him. Only 87 miles an hour, but he struck him out. Benintendi for the 3rd time tonight. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer, and through the end of August, use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase 3 cooler beverages and receive 1,000 bonus points.
Comes all the way back from a 3-1 count. This is just a fastball at 87 miles an hour. We talked about earlier in this series, we've seen Benny swing through a lot of fastballs.
Pearce has gone over 3 tonight. He's been quieted. Red Sox 1, 2, and 3 hitters do not have a hit between them tonight. Highly unusual. We've said that a lot lately. Highly unusual. Red Sox have had such a spectacular year. They've hit a bit of a speed bump. Moving over Kiermaier, coming a lot of ground, and he'll make the play. 2 down. Our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Short night for Porcello. Gave up 3 earned runs, 6 hits, although he struck out 8. J.D. Martinez with a couple of doubles. Yarbrough went 5. The rookie has been impressive. He allowed 1 earned run. Their bullpen has done the rest. And now J.D. Martinez, 2 doubles and a strikeout tonight. Bases empty, 2 down, 9th inning.
See how much ground Kiermaier covered to go catch that pop-up. Lau kind of lost it, didn't know where it was. Kiermaier came all the way over to make sure the play was made. You really only need him out there.
A great outfielder defensively. It's a strike.
Talked to him before today's ball game, and I complimented him on the ball that he chased down in the alley to cut off a run. And he said, hey, I'm playing against the Red Sox. I'm running from side to side to side to side all night long.
Now the Rays fans getting a chance to stand and cheer in a game against the Red Sox. They've done it now for 2 nights. And the 0-2 is high. Sox had 13 hits last night, but they were all singles. Tonight, only 5 hits. And a 1-2 on the way from Romo.
El Machon, the lock. He's locked down a lot of games in his career. Spent a lot of his time being a setup guy.
Nobody on base, 2 down, and 2-2. He spoiled it. Yankees are on top in the bottom of the 7th inning on Baltimore, 4-0 after winning game 1 of their doubleheader. So they are poised to sweep. As the Red Sox did there recently. Here's the 2-2. He struck him out. He got him with the slider, and that will do it. Well, that's 7 in a row for Tampa Bay, but for the first time since July 1, the Boston Red Sox have lost a series, and the first 2, Adam, go to Tampa Bay.